For the past couple of months, I have taken it upon myself a great duty to answer the question generations of people have asked. What if someone without bias or prejudice, someone perfect, were to listen to and meticulously rank every single Disney song? That's right. I ranked every single Disney song on a scale of 1 to 500 and put them all into one beautiful tier list. However, due to my terrible health condition, lazy bumitis, I'll be splitting it between multiple different videos, and this will only be covering the bottom 50 placements. Before we continue, I have to make it clear what a song had to be/have to qualify for this list. First and foremost, it has to be a song from Disney, the animation studio, not the corporation. So no Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, etc. Second, it has to be a song with words and stuff. That's how it's a song. The final thing isn't exactly a solid rule, but multiple songs had reprises, which in some cases were just the same song, but were completely different in other cases. So it's up to my judgment what made the cut and what didn't. Now, let's jump into the ranking. In dead last, placing 160th with a score of 58 out of 500, equivalent to a whopping half a star out of 5, we have the silly song from Snow White. I literally have nothing to say about this song. It kind of just sucks. I'm sorry to the one person that liked this song, but it just wasn't that good at all. Second last, we got Very Good Advice from Alice in Wonderland, which wasn't really a song. It was kind of just a little girl crying. Let's be honest here. Does anyone know Dumbo for its songs? Hell, does anyone still talk about Dumbo? It feels as if this movie kind of just slipped through the cracks of vintage Disney songs. Anyway, this song is called Hiccups. It's from Dumbo, and it's bad. 87 out of 500. A Real Boy from Pinocchio is also not good, with a 99 out of 500. Just shy of that glorious 1 star. All the songs at the bottom of this list are just really bad or really boring, so I'm going to do a lightning round of songs until the next prominent one shows up. 155 is Alone Again from Alice in Wonderland with a 109 out of 500, our first 1-star review. 154 is Whistle While You Work from Snow White with a 109 out of 500. 153 is I'm Wishing, also from Snow White, with a 131 out of 500. 152 is Loading the Train from Dumbo with a 151 out of 500. 151 is Buddle Uddle Dum from Snow White with a 160 out of 500. 150 is our first of very many ties. Baby's First Morning from Lady and the Tramp and Little Woodenhead from Pinocchio both scored a 165 out of 500. Neither of these are too prominent, so we're just going to move on. We have Painting the Roses from Alice in Wonderland, placing 149th with a score of 166. In 148th place, we have Bella Notre from Lady and the Tramp with 168 out of 500. 147th is No Longer an Elephant from Dumbo with a 171 out of 500. In 146th place is Mr. Stork, also from Dumbo, tying with Off With Her Head from Alice in Wonderland, both receiving a score of 178. In 145th place, we have the Ear Blaster, Someday My Prince Will Come from Snow White, with a 190 out of 500. 144th is Little Dressmaker from Cinderella, with 195 out of 500, which for some reason was 10 minutes long. Like, seriously, what the hell? Next is Scumps from Sleeping Beauty with a 196 out of 500. With a score of 198 out of 500, we have Give a Little Whistle from Pinocchio, placing 142nd. We've got Love's First Kiss from Snow White being our very first 2-star equivalent, with a whopping 200 out of 500. But it was still not that great. Anyway, back to the speed round. Number 140 is the Roustabout song from Dumbo, which I listed as catchy in my notes, but I have no clue what this song sounded like. 201 out of 500. 139 is Poor Aurora from Sleeping Beauty, 206 out of 500. The Lady and the Tramp song, Peace on Earth, placed 138th and got a 207 out of 500. The Garden from Alice in Wonderland got a 208 out of 500. And for the first bit, kind of sound like a PVZ song. Once Upon a Time, the classic fairy tale opening, and also a below mediocre Sleeping Beauty song that I'd score 215 out of 500. Following the leader from Peter Pan, placed 134th and got a 217 out of 500. Placing 133rd, we got the Caterpillar song, which was kind of just a worse version of Trust in Me, 219 out of 500. Dumbo is a movie with an elephant that can fly and has a song about an elephant that can fly, 230 out of 500. The Cinderella song, Reception at the Palace, placed 131st with a score of 231 out of 500. Hail to the Princess from Sleeping Beauty got a 235 out of 500.
Do you want to build a snowman?
That's the first arrow through. 2 arrows. 3 arrows through the keyhole.
128th, we got Love is a Song from Bambi, which got a 248 out of 500. And 127th is Your Mother and Mine from Peter Pan with a 254 out of 500. 126th is The Song Without Words, Trash in the Camp from Tarzan with a 256 out of 500. 125th is the classic song from Alice in Wonderland, The Mad Tea Party, with a 257 out of 500. 124th, Let's Sing a Gay Little Spring Song from Bambi, 258 out of 500. 123rd is Maleficent Appears from Sleeping Beauty with a 259 out of 500. The iconic Alice in Wonderland song, I'm Late, tied with Bambi's Little April Shower, both placing 122nd with a score of 262 out of 500. 121, we have A Dream is a Wish from Cinderella with a 265 out of 500. Another tie with Brother Bear's No Way Out scoring the same as There's a Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow from Meet the Robinsons. My notes on the Robinsons song reads, they say like on thing, then cuts to saxophone stuff. My mind was not in the best state at this point. Placing at a prestigious 119th place, we have What a Dog from Lady and the Tramp, scoring 273 out of 500. Apparently, Past Me thought I was too harsh on this song, and we will never know why because I don't care enough to re-listen to it. 118th place is another tie, being between Welcome from Brother Bear and The Short But Sweet and Actor's Life for Me from Pinocchio, both scoring 276 out of 500. 117th, we have the Cinderella main theme, which, since this playlist was in release order, gave me PTSD from the high-pitched screaming of Snow White music. 116th is another tie, featuring Gonna Take You There from Princess and the Frog and This Is the Thanks I Get from Wish, both scoring 278 out of 500. I never watched Wish, so I always thought people were exaggerating about how over-the-top happy this song was, but they weren't. This song feels like the product of what would happen if Trolls had a shred of originality. 115th, we got Footloose and Collar Free from Lady and the Tramp with a 283 out of 500. And from the looks of it, it's the highest placing opera-esque song on the list. Placing 114th, we have That's What Friends Are For from the iconic Disney movie Jungle Book, scoring 285 out of 500. 113th is The Missed Opportunity Sing Sweet Nightingale from Cinderella, which had such an egregious opening its score suffered extremely, and it now sits at a 287 out of 500. I'm a Star from Wish scored a 292 out of 500, and I'm just realizing that outside of the villain song, I have nothing notable to say about any of the other Wish songs. Finally, ending off the bottom 50, A world full of bad and nearly mediocre Disney songs, we have another tie between You'll Be in My Heart from Tarzan and An Unusual Prince from Sleeping Beauty, both of them scoring 292 out of 500, just shy of that 3-star ranking. This video has been in the works for quite a long time. Turns out listening to and ranking every single song from one of the biggest and oldest animation studios wasn't easy, especially for a guy that doesn't listen to music too often anyways. If you've watched this video up to this point, I appreciate you for making this project just a bit more worth it. The next part will cover the middle hundo, and I wish I could say it would be coming soon, but that would be a lie. If you're excited for it though, you know what to do to stay notified. I probably will never intentionally listen to another Disney song ever again, but for now, I gotta get back to work, and I'll see y'all next time.